Morning, everybody. Um, you had the best opening by Costa. He always does a good job. So I don't know how how we're doing on time. So I'll start and then we'll see how we get on. So I'm used to singing for my supper, but singing for breakfast is becoming increasingly difficult now. So reason I say that, I guess last 2 nights I flew back from Delhi last night. So we got here at 3 in the morning. And then day before also it was at 3 in the morning. And I guess that's, my colleagues might update you. I don't know what the latest is, but the Delhi airport was closed for a while and the CFO who was flying from there has also not made it, I guess. So I hope you guys have slept better than me. So apologize for the slow start, but I think I'll do okay. And I guess partly, we are merging a very good airline with a to be better airline. And that causes its own problems as well. So we are going through all of that. So just to get things going, we are all in August now, so 7 months over. I have my review with my boss this afternoon in New York. So hopefully everybody's had a good month, yeah. How many of you guys got June 4th right? Very smart guys in the room. Everybody got June 4th results right? Nobody? Everybody on the wrong side of the trade, like me? Yeah. Everybody's got November 5th right? Show of hands, November 5th? What's happening November 5th? US elections, yeah. So everybody's got that right? So I was in Delhi yesterday. So in Delhi, this friend of mine said, you obviously follow November 5th well. I think there's an equivalent November 5th happening in Delhi as well, after what happens here and what happens in other states. So it'll be interesting to see how the year goes. So let me begin, guys. So Costa said a lot about the event, the second year of our Finance Leadership Summit. I've been in Dun & Bradstreet like 3.5 years or so in India, running the India business. And some of our kind of IP events, as we call them, we've been doing it now for 2 or 3 decades. So this is a new one. So I'm glad we've kept it going for the second year and we hope to build on it. And obviously with support of all of you in the room here and all the partners, I think it'll be a great journey to have. So I think Costa alluded to a lot of the things which I was going to cover and maybe I'll try to speed it up as we go. This year's theme very different than last year. The 3D world of the modern CFO, data, digital transformation and diligence. Really, I guess, kind of, bringing together the role of the CFO as doing a lot more. I share this story. I used to work for HSBC for a long time in London as well. And that time, the CFO of HSBC was a gentleman called Douglas Flint. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of him. So Douglas Flint was actually the signing partner at Cooper's Lybrand. It was called Cooper's Lybrand before it became PwC. And he joined as a signing partner and he became the CFO. So again, I look young, but I'm a lot older. So this was before SOX came out, Sarbanes-Oxley. And Sarbanes, which you guys will know much better than me, but then Sarbanes-Oxley said that you can't make this flip. So Douglas used to always say that, I was lucky it happened. Otherwise, I'd never become the CFO of HSBC. And he did really well after John Bond, and he was the chairman actually of HSBC for a long while as well. And why I mentioned him that, I was a very young banker. Those days, investment banker, investment bankers think they know everything. So I also thought I knew everything. So I was traveling with Douglas for some meeting. And generally we were talking about, we were going to see another chairman or a CEO or something. And in that meeting, Douglas talked about his day. The guy asked him, what's your day like as CFO of HSBC? And I thought he'll talk a lot about, the accounting and the financial side and all of that. And he basically said, I spent 80% of my time talking to investors. It was startling to me, despite having been doing investment banking, that how much time the global CFO of HSBC was spending time with investors. And last year at this event we had Giri, who was the CFO of Indian Hotels, who just retired as the CFO. Actually, yesterday was his last day as the CFO. And Giri spoke about his interaction with investors and Indian Hotels. For some of you who follow, we're in one of their properties, I guess, here. They've got a market cap of $10 billion. And it was $1 billion at the time of COVID. it's 10x. And Giri is a big part of the story of, talking to investors the last 3-4 years and building. So it's interesting how CFOs, in a very, if I ask my son who's just graduated from undergrad, ask him what a CFO does, he'll tell me something completely different than what most of you do on a daily basis. So I think that's what we're going to talk about today, and how elements of what we do really helps that. So maybe I'll touch upon the 3 elements which Costa mentioned. He talked about data, and obviously everybody talks about data. And we are a business which has been around for close to 200 years now. So we are a legacy US firm. Started in 1861 or something like that. So we've been around a long time with very proud history. Some of you may have heard this and read it in our coffee table books. We say 4 US presidents worked for Dun & Bradstreet. The one which boggles my mind is Abraham Lincoln. He was the first president, and then 4 other guys followed, Grant, McKinley, and people like that. So really proud history, and I guess we've been keeping data for a very long while. And because of that, we've got this concept of, I saw a couple of the videos rolling on the screen on the DUNS number. Some of them are really good. I had not seen them before. Where this guy, I guess this client in Bangalore, because it's got the Bangalore Vidhan Sabha in the background, talking on the DUNS number. So we got this DUNS number on, something like 570 million entities globally. That's a very large number, right? So in India, we have DUNS number on something like 39 million entities. In our China business, Andrew, who my colleague runs it, we are getting up close to 97 million DUNS number. So when we, in Delhi, for example, when we talk to the government says, this 39 million, how does that make sense? And I tell them China is maybe 5 times our GDP, and Andrew's only getting up to 97. So I think we got a very good mix of business entities in that DUNS number. So that data really helps drive everything for us, and we hope for you as well in terms of the insights which we can give from that data, which will really help you run your businesses better. But I think a couple of things I'll share. Recently my colleagues asked a couple of the finance leaders in our survey to gauge the significance and strategic implications of data transformation and diligence, and some of those things I will present to you. So during this survey, we asked the CFOs to identify 2 top areas where they utilize data most effectively. 37% of the CFOs, the top area, said they utilize data, as you'd expect, to accurate, financial forecasts, budget, scenario analysis, all very important for all of us who try to get a better fix on where business is going. And then the second bit was 23% said that they used it for identifying, assessing, and mitigating financial risk. Again, superbly important in making those decisions. So, and maybe, I don't know, there are sessions maybe today or when you chat outside on the big thing everybody is talking about, AI, ML, and the kind of, I guess really significant metamorphosis which will happen because of that. We believe we are in a very good space because you need very good quality data to train the AI models, to do all the bits. So if you have wrong data, you're really going to get very wrong outcomes. So, we believe that we have good trusted data. We have golden source data. We have proprietary data. So we believe that, we'll be able to do AI, ML on our own data and help you guys out. So, a lot of people in our businesses are struggling as to what will happen, because if there is public data and, good AI, ML can massage that and give you a result, then what happens? And if the data is wrong, then we are all in for trouble. So I think data-driven decision making, very important, which I guess what the CFO, what all of you have said, and they highlighted as obstacles, legacy data and systems, and gaps in data analytics skills, which I guess all of us struggle in terms of both soft and hard skills in all our businesses. So, so that's the first bit. Maybe then I'll skip on to digital transformation. And I guess, digital transformation really been at the forefront of what's happening everywhere and maybe accelerated a lot by what happened in COVID, really helping in terms of people thinking through how you can do it even more at longer distance, more remotely, and make those effectiveness happens. So as per the survey, the top two areas where CFOs leverage digital transformation technologies were using advanced analytics to gain insights into financial performance, approximately 40%, and then automating financial processes, another 30% or so. The point which my colleagues have pointed out in the survey is that very few of the folks were investing into cybersecurity. And I think that's again a big gray area, big area of focus. I guess 2 weeks ago, whatever, when CrowdStrike happened, it's an eye-opener for all of us. CrowdStrike, for whatever happened, is I think trading at around $230 a share. It was trading at $400 the night before the problem happened, and they've lost something like, I think 120 or so $billion in market cap. So I mean, these are big events, and I guess all of us who run businesses and all of us have this issue around data transformation, cybersecurity, need to be superbly aware of how to kind of contain those to the best of their ability. I think nobody can say with hand on heart that I've sorted it all out, but you hope that you've contained it better. All of you highlighted that integrating of legacy systems with new technologies and skill gaps to adapt to new technologies, as I said, is a major hurdle in kind of getting the full solution. So I talked about data, I talked about digital transformation. Costa mentioned diligence. Amidst what's happening all in the data and data-driven revolution, at core, diligence remains a cornerstone of effective financial leadership. Despite Douglas Friend saying that he spends 80% of his time talking to investors, his job is to still sign off at the end of the year, and that's your job as well. So you have to ensure compliance with regulatory standards. The regulators obviously doing their job possibly much better, a lot more stringent environment. All of us, every company you talk to, I'm lucky that I sit on our board, but my employer also has allowed me to sit on a few boards, so I sit on a few listed company boards. And the pressure and the diligence required to kind of meet what the regulators want, what the market wants, is quite interesting. So regulatory standards, upholding internal standards, and obviously ethical standards. And all of us know that it only takes one wrong turn to spoil a reputation which is taken a very long time to build. So I think in terms of diligence, the survey, which I guess will be in some of the things we'll share later. Nearly 40% of the organization saying is investing in upgraded technologies and tools to enhance financial diligence and compliance. 25% of you saying that new policies and procedures to stay ahead of regulatory changes. And then 60% of CFOs saying using compliance tracking system and automated reporting tools, a lot of which we also provide services around. Leveraging that data, the delivery mechanisms to effectively report things better in terms of what's happening in your ecosystem. So embracing the 3D world of modern CFOs, as Costa put it, data, digital transformation, and diligence. Obviously, none of these isolated, all very interconnected. And I guess it's a task which is an ongoing task. And we hope that, in our journeys together, in our partnership together, we can help you fulfill a lot of that with a lot more ease, a lot more confidence, and obviously with the right kind of, pricing effectively, because all of this does cost. It does add an element of cost of delivering business. And we all are in a very, very competitive environment. So that's a couple of thoughts. I'm around, so we can chat some more. As I said, we've been in India for a bit now. So in India, we've been here 3 decades or so. Little bit less checkered history than the 200 years overall. We came in here late after India opened up. We set up CIBIL. So CIBIL TransUnion, we had a 10% stake. So we set up the bureau. And then we obviously also set up a rating agency, which we still own 35%, Equity, which is like full-time rating agency. And also, interestingly, for some of you who may have followed what's happening in the ESG rating space, I guess bank ratings is under RBI, but ESG ratings of listed companies falls under SEBI. SEBI came out its own guidelines of ESG ratings, and Equity is one of the companies which has taken the subscriber pays model, CRISIL and Equity, of the ESG rating. So from our point of view, we have all this 39 million dones, out of which, close to 15, 16 million are MSMEs, good data. We got this 370 million dones globally. We got a rating agency. We got all the links in here. So we believe that, we can pull things together and provide an insight or a solution which will be worthwhile taking a decision on and taking a confident decision on. So, we've, and in terms of delivery, we are also evolving very rapidly to products and using technology to deliver things directly into people's operating systems. So we got, our next generation products like DNB Finance Analytics, which helps CFOs, evaluate credit risk and portfolio trends. And we got DNB Direct Plus data blocks, which, put together comprehensive data directly into companies' application, credit risk assessment, financial analysis. And we picked on quite early on the ESG side. So, we got a whole ESG suite of solutions. We got ESG scores on 70 million companies globally. We got ESG scores on 2 million companies, which is very, very important in terms of the entire supply chain. So I cannot tell you how, many of you in the room will be dealing with global players, but the whole ESG business is quite strong in terms of, getting some insight, a marker on your supplier, being able to help your suppliers, the pharmaceutical guys, Dr. Reddy's, Lupin, Cipla, all these folks who buy stuff from China, they need to get enough data, and we have tools which can help you kind of pull that together. So maybe that's a little bit on the 3Ds and a little bit on DNB itself. Maybe on the Financial Elite 2024, as Kostov said, whatever, tag it, and I'm zero on social media. So, tag it DNB Financial Elite 2024. So, obviously all this is because of partners like you, people like you in the room who've taken time on this morning to come in. And today we'll be pulling together the second edition of the Financial Elite 2024 list that highlights finance leaders who have excelled in navigating complex financial landscape, making strategic decisions, driving growth. Obviously, the shortlist is pulled together through a vigorous process done by a jury comprising of Mr. Hari Bhakti, I guess, who will be here later today, Arpit Kabra, who's a part of your fraternity, and my own CFO, Saurabh Shah, very good CFO I have. I'm lucky, actually. So, who was part of the jury. And obviously, many congratulations to all of the leaders here and later in today who are part of the Dun & Bradstreet Financial Elite 2024. We have attempted to document your success mantras and work ethos in the special publication Going Beyond the Book, which will be unveiled later today. And this hopefully will serve as a good guide to the finance community, offering insights and evolving role of the modern CFO. So that's, I don't know how much time I've taken. Yeah, pretty much what the clock says here. So in closing, again, thank you for coming. Good to see many new faces, many old faces. I met Satya here from PN Writer. We met Satya maybe in 2016 it was. Maybe 2016 was it. I used to work in Dubai. We tried doing a deal. As a buyer, Satya was very diligent and said no. But that deal was definitely a yes. But that's life. All of us skip on things when it happens. So thank you again to all of you, and as Kostov said, to partners and all the panelists who are going to make valuable contributions. Thank you for your time. I hope we all go away today a lot more enriched and enrich each other as well. So thank you so much, and I'll end now. Yeah, thank you.